Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Market cap 289. Bitcoin has just been in the same channel, the same bracket for a while now. Let's go and look at the 7-day. Just a lot of treading sideways with random dumps and pumps. And it's very hard to tell which direction it's going to go because you see a pump here, treading sideways, a little bit of dumps, pump here. Could easily have been a dump here down to 6,000. Whoop, nope, going to set the pump. A lot of people might think it's about to dump here, could pump. It's, talking to my traders, they're pretty much feeding me the information. They're kind of like the troops on the ground. They're the ones grinding the order books, just scouring. People say, why don't I do TA? I don't need to do TA. Stick to what you're good at. That's what I always suggest. I'm good at what I'm good at, and then I surround myself with people who fill in my weaknesses. So I know as much as a person who knows TA, but yet I don't have to know TA. And if I tried to learn TA, I'd be wasting my fucking time because I'd always be mediocre. And that's just how it is. You have to have self-awareness. So, talking to, traders, this is what's going on. Very hard to predict. A lot of accumulation, a lot of funny businesses going on, but there's been a lot of accumulation. A lot of people are buying. Yeah, you see the selling, but you see the buying. You see that it's not going away. Yeah, we've had an overall down movement, if you want to look at it, but man, the amount of money, the amount of accumulation going on is insane. When it gets quiet, right? When a tiger or a lion, let's just stick with tiger. I'm not sure about lions, but when a tiger gets ready to hunt, it lays in the grass, in the tall weeds, right? The tall grass, and it's quiet, deathly quiet. And then it spouts its prey, then it pounces. It goes from 0 to 100 really quick. I just envision Bitcoin, the whole market, lying in the weeds. And people, the tigers are out there prepping, getting everything ready, setting the dinner table, the knife, the fork, the paper napkins, just waiting for the steak. And that's how I feel. So, it's a dangerous market to be out of right now, in my opinion. Yes, you could say the same thing for being in, but, I obviously believe in the tech. I'll touch just what's going on. I'll touch on EOS because there's just been a lot of FUD going on. If you really want to get the scoop, I'm not going to sit here and break down every single event. People like the Cryptoverse, go on my Twitter. If I like the video, it'll show up on my Twitter. So, you can see recently the videos I like that pretty much break down everything that's been going on about EOS. And I'm not a fanboy. Like, I welcome the criticism. I understand, and the criticism is warranted, some of it. A lot of it's misguided, and I can understand where, the $4 billion, the $4 billion has got a lot of people heated. A lot of people like, fuck that. It's got to be perfect. But there's a lot of examples. People break it down. Just go to my Twitter. You'll see the videos I like. The Cryptoverse, Dallas Rushing. There's a couple of others that break it down really well. But, no matter what, you can have $1 trillion, launch a product and still have bugs. And I understand, the dude found 12 bugs, 120K right before it's launched. I can understand where that could settle some red flags. But however, I know Dan's a real dude. That's what I know. I could be wrong, obviously, but I have my faith in the team. I know that their head's on the right place. And what I've noticed is they're able to react. Life's a lot about action and reaction, right? You have to have both. You have to be good at reacting, but you also have to be good at acting, right? You can't just sit. You can't not have both because, all right, what's an example of action? Running. What's the example of reaction? A tree falls in your way. You have to be able to react, right? You have to be able to react quickly. So I think Dan's a man of action. He wants things to go, but he's obviously able to react. just like I said, do your research. There's a lot of people who are going to explain it because it's hours and hours of videos to break down. If you really want to get down and know the truth, I expect there might be a little bit of a dump because see, the thing about it, when Ethereum came out, Bitcoin people really hated on Ethereum, Bitcoin maximalists. And now that you have EOS coming out, you have Bitcoin maximalists, and then Ethereum people hating on EOS. And not hating, let me get that, like some of it's pure hate, some of it's just some bullshit, but a lot of it's warranted, right? I'm not somebody who just screams FUD. However, you have to realize the arena that you're in. If you watch Billions recently, the show is talking about when you get to Mount Everest, when you get to the top, the oxygen is not enough for everybody. It gets a lot tougher. You're in everybody's scopes. Like if Banana Coin went ahead and did 21 block producers, delegated proof of stake, no one would give a fuck, right? No offense to Banana Coin, but I'm just saying when you're on top and you fart, everyone smells it and everyone points and laughs. Everyone pounces on you when you're down. EOS is in the spotlight. It's either going to implode or it's going to really grow to be something that's amazing. I believe. So there's a couple of different things like Ethereum. I'm heavily invested in Ethereum. They're two different things. EOS is a human governed chain, right? They believe that the community can come together, have arbitration, come together with voting. It's a baby right now, just a very messy baby right now. But as it grows, as it becomes more accepted, as more people get comfortable with voting, the wallet interfaces, yada, yada, it can really grow to something big. Ethereum is something different. Ethereum is where everyone can be a node. There is no consensus amongst humans. It's all law as code. Everyone runs a node. It's much more decentralized in that manner. And Mike Novogratz said it perfectly. What does your DApp need? What does your application need? Does it need 32-inch bulletproof glass? Does it need 16-inch? Does it need 10? Right? People hate on Ripple, but Ripple's gonna have a place probably amongst the centralized entities. And people want to hate on centralized. The world's centralized right now. Like all we've known is a centralized world, and it's not all bad because a centralized entity run by a good party is all right, right? You need a mix of both though. You need yin and yang. Pomp is really big on centralized securities. Like that's going to be huge, like definitely. And then I believe in a decentralized world, yin and yang. You just both have room to succeed. So to blindly bash on things, it just depends on what you need. Do you need something that's uncensorable 100%? Like you know for a fact that you're not, that's not where Ethereum's at, but that's where Ethereum's going, right? We're still at the point where we're still little babies, right? They're still little toddlers, but that's Ethereum's goal, is to make everyone, Vitalik said it, he wants everyone to be able to run a full node, even from a laptop. Doesn't matter. That's Bitcoin's goal as well. So that's what we're dealing with, right? Just understand that there's different goals for different people, and just because something's not 100% censorship resistant or 100% decentralized, that it's not necessarily bad, because you're going to have worlds with pockets, right? You're going to have a delegated proof of stake system that runs a lot of the world, and then I believe you're going to have a wild west super decentralized system that runs the world, and I believe you're going to have a centralized system that runs the world, because believe it or not, billionaires don't like decentralization. Billionaires like centralization. Billionaires don't want to lose money. Their bottom line is not to lose money, right? In a more of a decentralized world, it's more YOLO. Let's grow together. Let's all contribute. Billionaires don't have that mindset, and they never will, and they're going to be around for a while. It's going to be a long haul. It's going to be a long, people who think that it's going to happen overnight. It's just going to, it takes a lot of patience. But right now I notice there's accumulation for the projects that are worth the damn, for the projects that people are going to be interested in. I think that it's just a big ass accumulation phase. I've been through it before, nothing quite like this, obviously, but I see the trends, right? I'm in as much as you could possibly be in terms of studying, listening, researching, being in the know as much as I possibly can, trying to find more people who are in the know. That's my job, to know. And I just think that right now, there's a lot of hate, a lot of negativity, but there's a lot of light, a lot of potential, and it can only go down for so long, meaning the emotions, the negativity. So I would just say soldier on. Right now I'm building for the future. It's kind of like, so you have to have confidence in what you're doing, meaning like, so people way back in the day, they used to catch water in giant leaves, right? That was like their water catcher. They catch the rainwater off of these giant leaves. So what they would do is they set up these giant rain traps with the leaves, but there would be no rain. And sometimes there wouldn't be any rain for weeks, right? And the leaves would shrivel up or they'd have to rebuild it. But they're constantly building, ready to catch that water. Why? Because they had confidence that it was going to rain again. And if they weren't prepared, they weren't going to catch the rain. That's how I do in all of my life. I'm confident. I'm as confident in what I do as I know that it's going to rain again. I know it's going to rain again. I've seen it happen before. No one truly knows it's going to rain again. The world could fucking explode. A meteor could come. Who fucking knows? A giant Godzilla could wake from the water and eat us all. We have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow. But what we do know is what we have today and what we can build. And I'm constantly building my giant rain trap, my giant rain catcher, because I know that it's going to rain again. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, right? But I'm building for the opportunities that are yet not present. For when they come, I'm ready and I capture them. So, that's just what I'm doing right now. I believe time equals boom. Time equals moon. I hate saying the word moon, but time equals value, right? Money can only get so far. You can hear somebody $1 billion and say, build me a space robot. They're like, well, it's going to take me a couple of years. It's like, I want it now. Money is limited in power. Time is powerful. Time is very powerful. It's all powerful. Anything time can do, with anything, time can heal, build. So right now, all of these projects where the illusionary price, all of this bullshit, this illusionary price, Lightning Network, Satoshi Place. If you go there, it's pretty fucking crazy. You're starting to see it though. You're starting to see it build, evolve. You're starting to see Ethereum say, hey man, we can. You never really heard Vitalik say we can scale to 1 million. Now he's confident. Now he's saying, hey, with these two solutions, Sharding and Plasma, we're going to be able to, all the others, we're going to be able to do it. Just a lot of innovation going on right now. Even with Bitcoin Cash, if you looked at that CoinGeek conference, they're super confident in their big blocks. They think they're going to be able to do terabyte blocks. People think that's stupid. They're like, oh, it's going to be a virtual junkyard. You're going to have server farms. It's like, hey, give it a chance. You never know. You never know which one of these are going to win. And you're always surprised when you're so one-sided. I don't like being surprised. All doors are open. I'm in the middle. I don't judge. I don't have any personal feelings to these fucking projects. I want the project that's going to do best for humanity to win. And I just believe that right now we're getting more out of that guerrilla. Like right now, regulatory agencies are a monopoly. I believe they shouldn't be. I believe it should be a competitive field where they compete versus each other, and you can pick what regulatory body you want to regulate your business. I believe it should be that those sort of things that you don't even think you're born into it. You don't even think these things should be decentralized. You don't even think they can be decentralized. That's how far from it you really are. If you think about it, it's like, man, like, the SEC, like that could be a company, a private company where they compete. There could be other, there could be a SEB, a SET, or whatever the fuck, right? Like competing. That's what brings innovation. But when you're in a monopoly and you sit on your laurels, you can sit there and take fucking forever to deem Bitcoin or Ethereum a commodity or a utility token or a security. You can just sit on your laurels. You can just sit there with your feet up and take your precious ass time because there's no competition kick you in the ass. But if there was another company, and SEC actually was on a performance basis, not on just a monopoly basis, then Ethereum would have been labeled a secure or a utility or security a long time ago. We wouldn't be in the muck. And you wouldn't have all these people saying, well, why are you halting our technological lives? We see an opportunity, we want to go for it, but yet you're going to leave us in the gray because you're not, you're not fast enough. You're not good enough. No competition has made you soft. That's how I feel. So I just believe right now it's a big paradigm shift. Always, you hear it, you heard it before. It's the quiet before the storm. And there's a lot of money, and it's hard to get these cryptocurrencies. Just keep that in mind. So, there's a lot of funny business going on with the futures and over-the-counter deals. Obviously, that's an obvious loophole. It's an obvious patch in the boat that we can fix. That something like an SEC could really go after that could actually help. And then there's other situations where there's just price suppression, random pump and dumps. We're going to go through all of that. Like, there's always going to be negativity. Going through a world where it's 100% bubble, where you're just in a bubble and you never experience anything bad. That's what Dan was talking about with EOS. It's like, and when you're in the real world, the animals come. They tear it apart. If EOS survives in this climate, in this jungle, then it's worthy. But no matter how many test nets you have, until you have predators that are wanting to take you down, it's a different animal. So, that's what this life is. Just keep that in mind. And the only thing that has gotten me this far and keeps me to continue is the fact that I connect myself with positive thinkers, not just positive, but people who really put in the work. And I can surround myself with people who can make myself better, and I can make them better. And it's just this like beautiful synergy where just everything's on a conveyor belt to success. This is the time to build your team. This is the time to build your skills, your knowledge for whatever you want. For when the rain comes, will your catcher be ready? Kill here. Cheers. Peace.